Hey everyone, so I want to review some Meal Builder adjustments and just give you a little refresh because I know that right now your first exercise is probably a little different than normal. Your eating habits might also be a little bit different than normal. So if you are, out of your routine, it's really, really important to make sure that you are still consuming the right amount of calories, the right amount of macronutrients to meet your needs and make sure that you're able to maintain your body composition, maintain your performance while you are not necessarily hitting the gym and training with us as hard. So first, it is important to also remember that this is a really, really great opportunity to practice with your Meal Builder. I want you to practice, measuring out your portions. I want you to practice trying to understand, what foods fall into what categories. This is a really good time for you to kind of nail down these habits so that, when things do get back to normal, you really understand okay, this is, I can eyeball this and look at this piece of chicken and now I know because I've been weighing it out for the past few weeks that this is what 3 ounces looks like. So from the Meal Builder. The Meal Builder is designed, if you're looking at yours right now, you have 3 meals and technically 2 snacks and 1 post-workout snack. So if your goal is to lose weight or if you're trying to just sort of maintain where you're at, you might not need to be consuming both of those snacks plus your post-workout snack. So the first thing that I would say you could try if you're noticing that maybe you're gaining weight during this time or just your body composition is changing in ways that you don't really want, I would say play around with trying to either reduce the size of one of those snacks or just cut out one of your snacks and just stick with your 3 meals and your 2 snacks. So ideally that would be 3 meals. You would keep your post-workout snack. Your post-workout snack would still be high in protein because remember, that is really when we need protein the most. And then that second snack could be one of your anytime snacks that you're having either between breakfast and lunch or lunch and dinner or even after dinner. What's really important though, when it comes to either cutting out snacks during this time or keeping your intake the same, if you feel good doing that, is really to try to tune into, your hunger and your satiety cues because right now our bodies are really out of whack. Our sleep schedule might be off, our work schedule or our school schedule, our practice schedule, our training schedule. We're under some stress. So there are a lot of things going on that are going to impact our ability to maintain that regular eating pattern. So your body might be confused. You might be noticing that maybe you're hungrier than normal, but maybe that's because of increased stress levels. You might be noticing you're not hungry, but you find that you're snacking just because it's a habit. So I want you to really think about those things and try to tune in to if you're hungry or if you're just making choices out of habit. Or maybe even if you're dehydrated, on your Meal Builder, there is the recommended amount of hydration of water intake. And I want you to really, really focus on continuing to hit that because I know if we are not in the gym, we don't have our water bottle with us, we're not sweating, we don't feel as thirsty. Maybe if we're working from home or we're doing our school classes from home, we don't have our water bottle or we're just not as aware. So whatever you need to do, I know that I bought some huge 1.5 liter bottles that I've just been drinking. Whatever you need to do to maintain that hydration because that is going to again be the simplest change that you can make that's going to have the greatest impact on all areas of how you're feeling, your metabolism, your ability to break down nutrients, your energy levels, just in general, you're going to feel much, much better if you are better hydrated. So keep that in mind. Keep in mind that you might not need to be getting all of your meals and snacks. I never want you to force feed. So if you're not feeling hungry, don't feel like you need to eat. Again, your body is kind of going through this period that's unprecedented. So who's to say, necessarily how you're feeling, if it's due to food, if it's due to stress, if it's due to other things. So just be aware of that. Also, as it comes to the amount of fat that's in your Meal Builders, I know I've mentioned this before, and I just want to reiterate that sometimes fat is, especially if we're eating out, remember, you can assume that there's already 1 serving of fat in your food. If you are ordering food for takeout or pickup or delivery, or even things like if you're sauteing vegetables, if you're putting oil in the skillet, obviously if you're making, 1 tablespoon of oil and you're making vegetables for 6 people, that's not going to be as big of a component as if you're using 1 tablespoon of oil and you're sauteing broccoli just to have for yourself. So keep in mind how those little things can add up. Things that you put in your coffee, remember coffee creamer counts towards your fat servings. So we would just want to be mindful of doing that at breakfast, of making sure that we're counting for that, those calories that would be coming from that. And really, really focus on your veggie intake. So I would say out of everything, making sure that you are getting your servings of vegetables and fruits throughout the day is really, really important, because those foods are going to be really high in phytonutrients. They're the ones that are going to help our immune system. They're going to help us keep our blood sugar steady, to make sure we are not craving foods just because we're hungry, just because we're bored, just because we're stressed. It will help us feel better, help us have better energy levels, and ultimately probably lead to us eating less of the bad stuff. If we're filling up on veggies, we're going to be less likely to be craving those chips that we typically have after dinner. So make sure you're getting your veggies in. Be mindful of the servings of fat, where those might be coming from, making sure we're accounting for those, and knowing that if you are trying to lose weight or maintain and you're seeing that influx on the scale, your weight's going up, it could be that you might want to cut out a snack or reduce the size of your snack. Let me know if you want to talk about specific adjustments to your meal builder. Again, send me an email, olivia.brandt, BRANT, @teamexos.com. I would love to help you out with anything you need right now, meal ideas, snack ideas, etc. And we will talk soon.